Every breath makes you feel closer to nature. And every sip makes nature feel closer to you. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold. Beer in its organic form.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Currently in our area, 47 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, light rain developing in the afternoon. High 53. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Tonight, showers early, low 37. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, rain, high 49. Rainfall around a half an inch. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, here is a live look at Newark International Airport in Newark, New Jersey. Overcast skies right now, 55 degrees, so a mild day for you today on tap. We do have a chance of rain showers later on this afternoon and this evening. Some 500,000 people, more than 500,000 people making their way in and around that airport this holiday season and this Thanksgiving season. But guess what? Christmas just less than a month away, so more travelers will flock to that airport and more travelers flocking to this airport as well. Welcome back to the Weather Center Live. Meteorologist Ted. We are at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. We had overcast skies this morning. We also had some rain. The good news is most of those delays were kept to a minimum, and so were those cancellations. But I do want to sort of remind you that if there are delays or cancellations in another part of the country, that could certainly impact where you are and where you may be going in terms of getting around and across the country. We're showing you the security lines here. They are not that bad at all. I mean, I've spoken to a few people coming 3 or 4 hours ahead of schedule, and that's good news and certainly something that you do want to maybe good advice rather, certainly maybe something you do want to stick into your back pocket. But right now, not even necessary. It's about 15 to 20 minutes to get you from the beginning of security and all the way through the gates. They've got all 16 checkpoints open for you to make your way through security. So again, if you're heading out here to Atlanta right now, not a bad time to get out for some of those midday and early afternoon flights. Of course, that secondary rush or that second peak, that arrives right around 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and it's not just the air travel that may be congested here in the security lines, but also some of the interstates, guys.
Thanks, Tevin. Yeah, that's right. Not just the air travel, but you're also going to have to take into consideration the road travel as well. Now, I will tell you, so the shot that you're seeing there out of Atlanta, we've been watching this all morning. About 2 hours ago, it was completely just clear, moving freely, and now we're at about 11:20 local time, and it's starting to look more congested. They're looking at the George Washington Bridge, also looking just a tiny bit more congested, but not quite as bad. With today being the busiest travel day, it's of course no surprise the traffic will be more than double for both of these cities, especially later tonight. So if you're planning on driving today, you may want to think about leaving a little earlier. I will say in Atlanta, it's only going to get worse. So if you are in Atlanta and you're planning on getting out of here, you might want to definitely pack a little bit of extra time into your planning. Let's talk about the worst time to travel across each city. So looking at you, Boston, I-90 through I-95, possibly, maybe that's where you're traveling. 4:30 to 6:30 later this afternoon, traffic is going to be nearly 3.5 times worse in terms of delays than it typically would be. Now to San Francisco on the West Coast, you're kind of getting walloped by Ezekiel. Currently, 2 to 4 p.m. will be your worst time to be traveling today. Traffic multiplier 3.2 times worse than it typically would be. Let's go down to Los Angeles. Definitely a rainy ride this morning, which could be impacting you if you're headed out the door early this morning in Los Angeles. However, the worst time to travel today, 5 to 7 p.m. Traffic, get this, 3.5 times worse than it typically would be in LA. So will you ever get there? If you're in LA and traveling, who knows today? Just give yourself plenty of extra time. Atlanta, 5:30 to 7:30. That's your worst time to travel. And also in Atlanta, 3.5 times worse. And we're already starting to see that build in. So just know you're going to be dealing with with a lot of traffic. Go ahead and plan for it. Chicago, talking to you, the Windy City. They're going to be living up to your name, and the worst time to travel, 4:15 to 6:15 today. Now, the multiplier here, the delay about 2.5 times worse than it typically would be, so maybe not as high as some of the other cities, but still, that's a lot of traffic. That's a lot of sitting and waiting. Denver, 5:15 to 7:15. That's your worst time to be traveling today, so certainly better to get on the road as soon as possible if you're heading out.
Not everyone loves that thunder snow as much as Jim Cantori. Yeah, a little Scarlett here in Hampton, Nebraska, told her grandma that she couldn't go outside and enjoy the snow from Winter Storm Dorothy because, well, she was scared of the thunder snow. Parts of Nebraska could see a mix of snow and ice as our next storm system, that's being named Ezekiel, pushes east. But boy, this thing rammed into the west coast pretty strong. I mean, this thing drove on in. There it was, building strength and then driving right onto the coast with some powerful winds. We see the precipitation shield as well. That moved on through. A lot of rain, some snow in the higher terrain, and now we're seeing some of that wet weather slide all the way down even into southern parts of California. As far as the snow that is still to come through our Friday, it's going to add up. You got a number of areas, some of the higher peaks here as you get into the parts of the Sierra and Nevada Mountains, 2 to 3 feet. A lot of snow out there now. Some of the areas that'll be a little bit lower in elevation, that's where we'll be in the more foot and a half category, at least on it, in addition to what we've already seen out there. So fresh powder, ski lovers are going to love that, but getting to some of these spots could be a little difficult here in terms of traveling. Heading farther south, though, it is rain in LA. We're finding that right now. That'll continue to get some of the taller hills, higher hills. There's some snow, but the rain coming down could lead to some flash flooding. South of LA, there are flash flood watches in effect through Friday late in the day, and also here into Arizona. Phoenix to Tucson also under flash flood watches. So the setup has, well, moisture streaming in from the Pacific. We've got our dip of the jet stream and our disturbance that will continue to work its way east. Moisture from the Pacific, moisture from the Gulf as well, all moving northbound. And that's what our storm system is going to be able to work with here. It'll be organizing, developing, strengthening here for the late part of the week. And then as we progress through into the weekend, that'll be taking its path towards the north and the east. And essentially here, along the path of the colder air mass, we will find some snow. And that snow is going to add up along with some big-time winds that'll be whipping around. And that could lead to some blizzard conditions. So that could certainly make travel even tougher by the time we get into the weekend. And you can see the swath of snow now, a good foot possible in a number of spots.